sorts of strange, crazy, cool stuff going on at this point in time. So I want to talk about Yi. He actually said something, well, really impressive. Really, I think. I mean, considering this dude used to be a uber billionaire, and he ended up losing a huge chunk of his fortune. Huge, many, many hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know the exact numbers. It's insane. He lost a lot of money when Adidas and everybody dropped him. But he's reminding us the important thing about where we're all at and what the point of what we're going through is. You see, you were chosen, or you chose anyway, to live at this time, in this space, in this life, because you wanted to be a part of what we're a part of. So, again, a lot of this plays together. Check out what he's got to say.
Messages of death in order to buy a jacket for $5,000, $6,000 and take all the celebrities and we push that. I'm not pointing fingers because I was doing the same thing until God brought me down to a place where I can really serve him. Because if I'm sitting on any kind of high throne that he didn't give, then I'm not in full service to him. All of the things that got taken away from me, I'm so thankful for that because I get to serve God better. So going into Thanksgiving.
So again, it's important to understand that even some of these billionaire people are waking up. Elon Musk maybe, who knows, as well, which I think that's the case. Now, I mean, this is a two-sided coin that I'm going to play here on you guys, so please don't be mean. He has sacrificed so much to save humanity from a cabal. And very true. Donald Trump, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. And I do. I pray for his safety all the time. But please remember, there's no need to deify anybody, right? This is about you and I waking up, standing up, making noise. It's about all of us waking up. Donald Trump's just a great leader. It's that whole thing with the movement and the dude dancing. Well, Donald Trump was that first crazy guy with the sunburn dancing around. And he gave a lot of us courage to go up there and dance with him. And then a lot of people started to come along with everybody else. That's where we are. So there's no need to deify anybody. We're all a part of this movement, and we all have our parts to play. So I think it's important to remember that. It's important that we find the sacred within ourselves, if you will. Find that piece of God or Jesus within yourself and operate in it or not. The Supreme Court rejects Trump's bid to prevent the House Ways and Means Committee from obtaining his tax returns. No noted dissents. The brief ordered may end years of litigation over the committee's efforts to review the tax records of Trump and his businesses. Now, this is precedent. That is what happened here. The Supreme Court, which is all I think Trump wanted to do, follow the law. And he says he has the law, he's allowed to, not have to show these things, he believed. And he wanted it to go all the way up to the Supreme Court, so it became essentially precedent. Once you have precedent, and then we go after, Nancy Pelosi, for example, when we go after Biden and his whole family and all their business dealings, and we want to look at their tax returns, again, there's a lot of things that are going to happen here in the not horribly distant future, don't know when, soon enough, when it does, whatever. But there's a whole lot of stuff that's going to begin to start to unravel. And we needed the precedent. We needed this to happen. This was taking forever, by the way, but it finally did. So, yeah, they're going to look at Trump's records. Trump's taxes have been prepared by the finest tax people on the planet. I am 100% sure his taxes are fine. Now, who knows what stupid stuff they're going to try to claim that, it says in this one spot he only gave $500. And it might have just been one line on one section. Well, the deep state. Big time. Now, Kyle Becker shared, imagine if Elon Musk were actually the right-wing boogeyman these spoiled left journos pretend he is, and he decided to turn the tables and ban all left-wing fake news from Twitter. There'd be nothing left for them to publish. Elon Musk says, as is obvious to all but the media, there is not one permanent ban on even the most far-left account spouting utter lies. He even followed up with, not even Associated Press, with their completely fictional report on Russian missile hitting Poland that carried severe consequences for escalating the war. I love how he called out the AP for being wrong. Period. All these different groups were wrong. So was Zelensky. Zelensky didn't care. He's like, I don't care anyway. We still want to go to war. Now, Dinesh D'Souza, we don't hear much about Democrats and leftists being let back on Twitter. Why? Because they were never kicked off in the first place. Their lies and misinformation simply escaped all scrutiny. Censorship has been deployed as a one-way operation against conservatives at Elon Musk. Elon Musk fires back and says, correct. He's confirming what we all knew. Twitter used censorship as a weapon to silence conservatives. Well, to silence anything they really needed to, but certainly not people on the left. They like the people on the left because, well, they say whatever they want them to. They are easy to feed the echo chamber into them, and they'll just start spouting it back, and they start believing it because, well, Kanye West said it, and Beyonce said it, and whoever the hell, right? So these things are changing in a major way. Elon Musk said he found in a closet at Twitter headquarters, which I think is just funny that someone found this. They opened it up, and they had to have been like, dude, we got to show this to Elon, take a picture or a video or whatever. But they found these Stay Woke t-shirts at Twitter H-quarters. H-quarters. That's funny. Stay woke. Hashtag stay woke. Bunch of shirts. Good money. Well spent. Anons need to be reinstated on Twitter. Yeah, I think that's true. I don't know. I feel like there was probably more to this when I pulled it up from Telegram. Yeah, there you go. And this came from Elon Musk's sharing this. Should Twitter offer a general amnesty to suspended accounts provided they have not broken the law or engaged in any egregious spam? So at the time, there was a lot of voting to go. 73% were yes. I think I actually, I pulled it up. Thought I did. Oh, that's a different one. Yeah, I don't think I have the actual for that one. Let me see if I can. See if I got the Twitter. Maybe I can open it from there. Oh, it just makes it bigger. Whatever. I think I saw somewhere there was only like 200 and I don't remember how many votes now. It was something else I'm confusing with this. Sorry, guys. Whatever the case is, he's should Twitter offer these accounts back? Yes, no. There's obviously a vote going on. This was as of this morning. So if you guys are hearing this on what is today, Wednesday, then make sure that you can get on there if you want. If it matters. Like I said, I don't log into Twitter ever. Ever. Eliza says, leans in, taps mic. Sure would be nice if the public found out the truth about what actually was going on with, and I think karma's being paid back in a large extent, but there was a British nuclear submarine catches fire during the top secret mission in the North Atlantic. Now, it's not just nuclear because it's capable of using a nuclear reactor and going to sea for many, many months or years at a time, so long as it's got food, but it actually had nuclear missiles on it. Also had 2 Trident 2 ballistic missiles to abandon and this thing had to abandon this top secret mission because a fire, an electrical fire, broke out on this thing while it was underwater. Now, for anybody that's ever been on a submarine, fire sucks. Leaks suck really bad too. 2 things you really, really, really don't like on a submarine when you're underwater. Leaky water, very bad, and fire, super bad as well. Both of those things will ruin your day extremely fast. So this is powerful. They ended up having to surface. They ended up having to dock for repairs. Whatever this thing was doing, it can't do anymore. I'm assuming positive forces put a stop to whatever the hell this thing was doing. Just a hunch. Because it's interesting news that's being leaked. If it was a top secret mission too, like who knows what maybe they're trying to destroy the internet cable across the Atlantic. Who knows what these crazy people were trying to do? Kamala Harris is telling us telling the Philippines, I should say, that the U.S. will defend them in the case of China and their crazy aggressions. And there's something kind of weird that happened over there, and this is causing a little bit of hot water, and it's a great example of how China works, frankly. And by the way, my girlfriend's Philippine. It just made me happy. I'm like, oh, good, we don't have to go to the war with the Philippines. Last thing I need is be looking over my back when I'm sleeping, have the girlfriend with a knife, right? Like, I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm a spy now. I got to kill you. She would never do that, of course, but I don't think. Hopefully not. I treat her really well. Anyway, according to Carlos, some guy who was working at the gas station that day. According to Carlos, the object appeared to be debris from a Chinese rocket that fell into waters claimed by the Philippines earlier in November. The Chinese ship deployed an inflatable boat that forcefully retrieved said floating object by cutting the towing lines attached to the rubber boat. What I read into this, that's not very well stated, is I believe the Philippines hooked up to this Chinese rocket, were dragging it back to the Philippines so they could study it, so we could probably fly in and take a look at it. And China's like, oh, no, 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 no. We don't give a shit where they land, but we don't want you keeping them. So literally, while the Filipinos were towing this thing, the Chinese went up with their boats and they're like, snip, snip, and just cut the lines and then took the thing. Forcefully is what they mean. It's not like they like held a knife to their neck and like, you do it or we kill you, right? Like whatever accent. So, damn, come on, we can't trust that. So yeah, there's a little bit of back and forth going on. Kamala Harris was like, yeah, there's a very powerful vice president that has zero power anyway. Yeah, China, yeah. So whatever. Thank God she's, siding with the Philippines, though. I like that. I like that. Those are my peeps, right? Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says Russia is using cold winter as a weapon of mass destruction. Are you effing serious? Russia's using what? Winter as a weapon of mass destruction. You are quite possibly the stupidest individual on this planet, Zelensky. Are you freaking serious? And then again, you almost got us in World War III. And this is the guy people are supporting? Hello. Again, vocal, talk, be nice, be respectful. Don't be dicks to everybody. That does not help us in any way, shape, or form. Be nice. Just offer them some interesting facts, such as this, or the fact that he kept swearing that the missile that was his was Russia's when it wasn't, and that could have started World War III or 4 or 5 or whatever the frick war we're actually in. God. Using cold winter as a weapon of mass destruction. I saw the headline. I'm like, are you? I had to take multiple breaths before I could move on from that. It was horrible. Horrible. U.S. announces another $4.5 billion for Ukraine. Days after Zelensky caught trying to con NATO into World War III. Just saying. Just saying. Just leaving it up to you. Ukraine halts Russia oil transit to EU. There's supplies. There was this Druzhba pipeline, and it's been suspended. It was running across Ukraine, and Ukraine's like, nope, you're done doing that. That was Russia's. They're trying to run oil across us. We were going to make some money on it, but F them. They're crazy people, those Russians. Conspiracy to dismantle Iran has been foiled. Now, again, this is, as much as people have been bred in this country, been programmed in this country to hate Iran. First and foremost, I've had many friends that are Persian. Many, 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 many friends. I've eaten khurma zabzi. I had a very good friend that taught me the word guzidi. It's what his dad's license plate said. And for all of you that don't speak Farsi, you're going to love this word, guzidi. Say it with me, guzidi. What guzidi means in Farsi is you farted. Truly. That's what the dude, my buddy's dad, had on his license plate on his car. Said, you farted in Farsi. Funniest thing. So I'll tell people, like when I meet them and they're Persian, I'll be like, so I've had khurma zabzi, I know ader, I know nah, a couple words, right? And then I say, and my favorite word that I've learned is guzidi. And every single time, 100% of the time, they've laughed. Because just hearing someone like me say that word, very, very funny. Needless to say, CIA was behind all this nonsense, and they have foiled it. So deep state is being taken down, even in places like Iran. It's not like the whole country is the deep state. No, there's just deep state components in there. That is being dismantled as well. China, same thing. We don't know if she's a good guy or a bad guy. I've actually heard stories now that goes against some people I did trust. I don't anymore. But that the Communist Party actually killed his dad or something crazy like that. So that there is actually this weird backstory where Xi could be like, you. So he's gotten his third term for life now, and maybe, I'm not going to say he is, but maybe he could be the force of Trump, essentially the Trump of China, if you will. And I just say that because, Putin's the Trump of Russia, Xi might be the Trump of China, and then we've got our own Trump. We actually got the original. Kind of nice that way. Now Netanyahu, this might be an example of the Trump of Israel, but I don't know. Again, when the whole world's armies surround Israel, like Israel's like the last, right? We saw that on all Q posts. This will be Israel will be last. So I don't know if Netanyahu's like the right guy to get in there and try to. I know some people have very strong opinions. I don't know. I always thought he was deep state. I still kind of wonder. Netanyahu though is exceptionally strong. He's not going to let anyone screw around with him, and that might very well be why he's there right now. Like, dude, we need someone that's hardcore and someone that people will not mess with. Because all the other crap people that they've had in there have been weak. And that is not Netanyahu. Netanyahu is like, I will drop bombs on you. I will nuke you. I don't care. I won't even mince my words about it. And he's not. He is pledging to prevent a nuclear Iran, even if that means straining ties with the United States. So again, is this the guy that's building up all the pressures that's going to cause the world's armies to surround? Maybe. But it's a major spot where heat's being applied, if you remember what I was talking about at the beginning of this broadcast, right? So, yeah, we'll see. Again, things are heating up. Turkish air operation, just the beginning. So Turkey's now attacking this group of the Syrian, here it is, yeah, the U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces militia. They're not attacking them, I'm sorry. They are attacking the Syria, Syria, part of Syria, and I don't know if you guys heard about this. It was Walmart gunman. He was in a store, he was a store employee, we found out, and he had a pistol, and he shot a bunch of people. Now, here's the messed up part. He was allegedly the store manager, the top dude in the store. Can I just say, it must have sucked working for that guy? Really? You're 5 minutes late? You're 5 minutes late? Like, what? No, I'm sorry, I work extra. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Like, I mean, holy crap. Yeah. Store manager. Shot like 6 people, I think. Where is he? 6 people were killed. Killed. Ouch. Ouch. In Chesapeake. Little Chesapeake. Virginia. Again, they're still trying to make noise in some weird places. I look for his shrink, too. Or he's been through a divorce recently, or, some crazy thing. Or he's just a jerkhole. For question about it. Class action lawsuit exposes Google's opaque data mining practices. Google's lying. Someone was talking crazy talk about how Elon Musk should buy Google. Folks, Google's like $1 trillion company. No. Google has so much information on so many of us. They claim they don't. They absolutely do. They've got people that are like, well, users have a right to know. It's kind of funny little back and forth here. Users have a right to know, one employee said. Another commented, the reasons we provide are so high level and abstract that they don't make sense to people. A third employee said, consent is no longer consent if you think of ads as a product. Additional staff appeared to reinforce the company's ethos. According to a former employee who recently left the company, I am more than willing to believe this is how executives talk to each other. Quote, even people I was organizationally close to knew well and respected were finding ways to justify that stuff to themselves. They said about the company's privacy terms. The individual contributors on Google's privacy teams are always idealistic people. Some of these quotes from the case look to me like things that idealistic people would say. Others look like things management would say when the idealistic people aren't around. So again, a lot of crap, people are like, hey, if you're going to use the products, then you get right? Like, it's like, well, we can't not use the products. Like, you're embedded, you or Apple are embedded in all our devices, which is by purpose.